Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Welcome again to Live by Design with Grace Kariuki. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and be looking out for every Friday. We are going to be uploading a video on matters relationship, and to be able to bring value into your life as I share tips on how to make your relationship work and how to be the person that you want to be. That's why I call it Live by Design, because I believe that you can design the kind of life that you want. Recently, I have been talking about infidelity in long-term committed relationships, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of you who are actually living with a spouse who cheats on you, both men and women. I have had a few men who have reached out and they have said that they are also experiencing their wives cheating on them. And so we want to kind of talk a little bit about this subject, because it is very, very close to our hearts. When we are married, we are expecting, we are hoping, we are counting on that my spouse is going to be faithful to me, that they are not going to look out there for someone else to meet their emotional needs. And when that happens, then it devastates our lives. There is no pain that can be compared to the pain of infidelity. It shatters your trust, it shatters your identity, it shatters the identity that you have about your spouse. It is a very, very painful experience. And so we need to understand that once we get outside of our marriages, of our committed relationships, what we do, we destroy the other person, but also we destroy the sanctity of our relationship. It's important for couples, please hear me again, it's very important for couples to set clear boundaries about expectations and about what is appropriate. Now, cheating, a lot of times, it takes various forms. There are as many definitions of cheating as there are different people. So, for instance, generally we think about cheating or unfaithfulness or adulterous relationships as a sexual, when you go outside of your marriage sexually. But lately, in the recent years, we talk about emotional infidelity, we talk about financial infidelity, even social infidelity. And it's important for couples to talk to each other about what causes them to feel hurt and to feel disrespected and even to feel betrayed. What are those behaviors? What are those associations that cause you to feel that my spouse is going against what I expect of them? We need to do that, because if we don't do that, then when we get into our relationships, the first years of our marriage, we will be finding ourselves doing things that we are hurting one another, we are hurting our relationship, but it's because we never defined the boundaries. It's important to do that. So number one, we do need as couples to define what infidelity means. What does it mean to you personally, and what does it mean in your relationship? Because we know that a lot of times it's happening and the other party is thinking, why are you making a big deal of it? Because the other party doesn't see it as cheating. Now, let me say this. What I have found in my practice as I work with couples who have infidelity issues in their relationship is this: that the person who is cheating on their spouse, whether it is emotional cheating or financial or even sexual, what happens is that I ask them, do you believe in monogamy? Do you believe exclusively you should have one partner? They say yes. However, they kind of have gone ahead and done the very thing they say is wrong. So I ask, and then they are sitting there and they are thinking, but it is not as bad as the other person is making it out to be. And so I say, what if it was the other way round? What if it was your spouse who has gone out of your marriage? How would you feel? And everyone agrees that I would be very upset. I would be hurt and I would feel bad. So we do need, again, as a couple, you need to sit down and ask each other what constitutes cheating in your relationship. If you have listened to me as I talk about our relationships, I always say you do need to create to identify and create a culture within your own relationship. Not what other people are doing, but what works for both of us. Because your marriage and your committed relationship is going to be as happy as you make it. It is going to be as successful as you make it. You have complete 100% control over what your relationship is going to become by the way that you act, what you put in, and how much you continue to walk in commitment to your relationship and your partner. So it's important to do that, the talk about what are the boundaries. So there is emotional cheating. What is emotional cheating? Emotional cheating is when you go to a person who is not your spouse for emotional support. For instance, we have people who are introverts and who are married to extroverts. So the introvert doesn't like to talk too much. The extrovert, the way they connect emotionally is through talking. And so when the introvert is not giving feedback, when they are not interacting as much as their extroverted spouse wants, then the extroverted spouse begins to feel disconnected. They begin to feel neglected. And so what happens in time, the extrovert will start talking to someone else, and if they connect, then they will find some satisfaction from that. Now, if the introvert finds out that there is this emotional connection that is going on between their spouse and somebody else, it will create a problem. So what do they do at that point? They do need to share their needs. They do need to say the reason why I am talking to this person is offering me the emotional support, the emotional connection that I am looking for, which I haven't been getting from you. The biggest issue that we have, everybody agrees that communication or poor communication within a marriage is one of the reasons why marriages are not happy. And it's because, again, we live in our heads. So I'm feeling disconnected, I'm feeling neglected, I'm feeling rejected, but I am not sharing with you. So I'm angry, I give you silent treatment, and then because we are not talking, I find other people who make me happy. And what happens is that now, in that deficit of connection, then I find somebody else who connects with me. What happens over time, even though I was not looking for an affair, I wasn't looking for a relationship, it will develop. Because how do relationships develop? They develop because we are giving them time, and we are giving them attention, and we are showing interest in each other, and eventually there will grow a desire to be together. And when that desire grows, then what happens after that, you have very little control unless you are very aware and you're not living in denial and you're not angry, you are not acting out of that anger that my spouse doesn't talk to me. Then you end up having an affair that may lead now to the sexual infidelity that really devastates a marriage. So it's important to understand that when you begin to feel a disconnection within your relationship, that is a recipe for the process of cheating to start happening. Because most cheating situations are not one-offs. They are usually, there is a build-up that happens over time, and then that is what eventually happens. Now, I want to talk about the other type of cheating that a lot of people are dealing with. But today, I want you to take home what I just said, that you need to protect your relationship by, first of all, identifying as a couple what what the boundaries are as far as relationship outside of your committed relationship. How do we interact with the people of the opposite sex? So thank you so much for staying with us. Please subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends about it. Share the information that is bringing you joy, and then leave comments for us. Ask questions, and we will be glad to get in touch with you. Until I talk to you later, continue to live by design with Grace Kariuki.